How are you all? My name is Teacher Pamphile. I'm going to teach you mathematics class 8. Our today's lesson, we are going to learn about ratio and proportion. I want you to understand, in ratio and proportion, we shall start with the ratio. In ratio, there are two types of ratio. We have increasing ratio and decreasing ratio. What is increasing ratio? Increasing ratio, for example, if you have 8 is to 3. If the bigger number comes before, that one is an increasing ratio. If you have 3 is to 8, whereby the smaller number is coming before a bigger number, that one is decreasing ratio. Number 2, you can be given to increase a number for a certain ratio. For example, increase 120 in the ratio of 4 is to 3. Increase 120 in the ratio of 3 is to 4. What do you do here? Just take the ratio the way it is. You write as a fraction, which is 4 over 3. Then you multiply the number that you are given. In this case, it is 120. We have here 1, here we have 40. So this one will become 160. So we have increased 120 in the ratio of 4 is to 3, whereby we are having that number as 160. Decreasing a number. We are going to repeat the same. If you are told to decrease, let me use the same number, 120, in the ratio of 3 is to 4. Decrease 120 in the ratio of 3 is to 4. You will use the same procedure, whereby you are going to have the ratio written as a fraction. This one we have 3 over 4 multiplied by 120. If you simplify 4 here 1, 4 here 30. We are going to have that number as 90, whereby this number can be rewritten as 90 is to 120. If you simplify that number, you will come back to 3 is to 4. That one is about increasing and decreasing ratio. Number 2, I want us to learn about proportion. What is proportion? There are two types of proportion. One, we have direct proportion and indirect proportion. Let me start with the direct proportion. Direct proportion is whereby if one item increases, the other one also increases. For example, 3 shirts costs 360 shillings. 3 shirts cost 360 shillings. What will be the price of 5 such shirts? What will be the price of 5 shirts? The number of shirts has increased. We are also expecting the total cost to increase. How do we go about this? If it is direct proportion, we cross multiply, whereby we are going to have 3 shirts equals to 360. What about 5 shirts? We cross multiply. We are going to have 5. We multiply by 360, divide by 3. Here 1, here we are going to have 120. 120 times 5, we are going to have 600. So in the direct proportion, the amount has increased because the number of shirts has increased. Number 2, what about indirect proportion? In the indirect proportion, when one item increases, the other one reduces. In the indirect, just from the word indirect, if one item increases, the other one reduces. For example, 3 men can take 12 days to do a certain work. 3 men can take 12 days to do a certain work. How long will 2 men take? How long will 2 men take? The number of men has reduced. We expect the number of days to increase. Of course, lesser men will take more days. What do we do here? In the direct proportion, we cross-multiplied. In this indirect, we direct multiply. That's how I simplify it. We direct multiply. You will take 3 multiplied by 12, then divide by 2. That will be 3 times 12 over 2. Here 1, here 6. So we are going to have 18 days. 2 men are going to take 18 days, whereby the number of days has increased. And most of the time, the question will ask, how many more? The moment you see the word how many more days, you will have 18 days, subtract 12 days, which will be 6 more days. How many days? 18 days. How many more days? 6 more days. Thank you so much for the lesson.